Hello friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Heather. Here I like to help you get your memories documented. Today I have the second episode in my new series for Scrapbook Sketch Rescue. Here's the sketch that I'm going to be using in today's video. It is a sketch from Shimelle. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. Also, I will have all of the products I'm using in the description box linked below, and I will have my Pinterest account, which is where I found this sketch. I have a whole mood board or a whole Pinterest board dedicated for scrapbooking sketches. So I will be pulling my sketches from there. So for this sketch, at the top there is a like a ray of sun or starburst or kind of whatever you want to call it. And so I'm using this bright color because this is a piece of cardstock that I probably will never use on a layout, to be quite honest. It is like neon pink. And so I used it, and I'm going to, you saw me there, draw all of the little starbursts. I used my ruler. It's not equal. I made some of them larger, some of them smaller, and I did number them. And then I cut them out, and I'm going to use those as little tracing guides. So I'm going to trace them on my pattern paper, and then I'm going to cut them out. There is probably an easier way to do this, guys, but this is just the way that my brain worked, and this is the way that I did it. So it did take a little bit of time, and I just went from number 1 all the way up to number 9, and I'm not going to leave the whole process in the video because again, it did take some time. But just make sure when you cut, you try to cut on the line. Don't try to correct yourself if you go off of the line, because it still needs to be as straight as possible or they won't line up. So now, with the magic of editing, it's all done. Looky there. I don't have it perfectly set up right here. It's not glued down yet. So that's why there's little gaps in between. And I am going to stay pretty close to the sketch, but this was a pretty basic sketch except for the sun ray or starburst at the top. So you can see here that, like I said, I'm staying pretty close to it. And I will change up some of the elements, which is something that I love about sketches. You are able to keep certain things. You can leave it the exact same way, or you can just change 1 or 2 things and make it look completely different. Now, I did use some liquid glue to glue all of those pieces down at the top, and I did that off camera again because it did take some time getting everything lined up to make sure that everything was good. And I just used this piece of black cardstock. Now, the reason why I wanted to use that piece of black was because I have the black at the bottom from the leopard print paper, and this collection that I'm using is a collection from last year from Heidi Swap. It is called Honey and Spice, and I really don't have I didn't have any more of that like green color or the burgundy color or the really, really deep, rich green color paper anymore, because those were the colors that I was drawn to, and those are the ones that I used up first from this collection. So I kind of had to make it work with what I had without bringing anything in from other collections. So you will see here that I end up putting, or I matted the photos with this light pink color from the collection, and I just felt like it wasn't working on the leopard print because it was a light pink on this mauve, and so I thought, you know, this black strip of paper is just, though there is black on the bottom with the leopard print, I just felt like it was off balance. Something wasn't looking right. So I decided to matte the photos again with another matte, and I used the black cardstock, and I really feel like that really helped a little bit. But you guys will see here in a minute that I'm going to actually do something else that's a little bit different from the sketch, and it just makes it pop, and it makes that black cardstock work just a little bit better than it already was. Because for me, it just looks like there's just this you can see on the sketch that there's just a distinct line here, which is fine, but that black was just it was too contrasting. So I'm going to take this paper from the collection. It is another paper that has like these little starburst circles all over it, and it's gray. It's gray and white. And so I thought putting that in the center of the black kind of helped balance it a little bit. And so I really like the way that that looks. And I just think that it makes it pop. And so just that little tweak from the sketch, I feel like really helped it. Now, the sketch has no color in it. It's all just gray, black, and white. And so really you could do all kinds of things. You could have used washi tape here instead of cardstock. You could have used a border punch and done some border stuff. Or you could just have done a whole bunch of embellishments along there, and that would have looked really cool as well. And that would have been a way to use up maybe some stickers or some die cuts if you wanted to layer them on top of each other. Those are just some ideas of ways that I could have changed the sketch, or ways that you can change it if you want to use this sketch. So now I'm going to work on the title, and this is going to be quite a large title. These stickers are from my stash. I'm not really quite sure what collection they're from, but they had that rose gold on them, and so I wanted to bring them in because this collection has a lot of rose gold in it, and I'm going to end up using quite a bit of embellishments that are rose gold, so it's going to balance quite nicely. So I decided that I didn't like the way that I had it there, so I'm going to actually do it all the way across, the long way instead of going straight up and down. And I like that a lot. I like it a lot better. It's Live a Life You Love. And these are just photos of my daughter and I at IKEA. This was before coronavirus. I think this was in January. I want to say it was in January. Her and I took the day and just hung out together, went and walked around IKEA. We did purchase a couple things, and then on our way out, we got some soft serve and then sat outside and watched people load up their cars while we ate our ice cream. And it was a good day. It was a lot of fun. So I am, like I said, stick to the sketch. However, you really can change it up, and I hope that you all are enjoying this series. This is the second video, or the second episode in this series, and I'm going to do it every week, and the videos are going to be posted on Wednesdays. So every Wednesday you can look forward to a new video using a sketch for this. As I've stated many times before, I love using scrapbook sketches. I just think that it's a really great way to start a layout, to pull inspiration, or if you're just in a rut, or you're just not feeling like inspiration and you just need help. I think it's a great way to start a layout. And so hopefully this series can help you. I know a lot of people reached out to me last week and said thank you for this series, that they have a hard time using sketches, and so they really liked that I went over different ways that you could use the sketch. And you know, you also could flip the sketch and turn it, and you could have the sun ray from the bottom, or you could have it from the side. And there's just so many different ways. So for here, I did use smaller photos than 4x6. They're a tad bit smaller than 4x6. And so I really like the way that that looks. Now, I did move the title a little bit. It's a longer title than the sketch. And so it's not over to the right hand side, it's over to the left hand side. But I am sticking to kind of the same scheme, the same embellishment placement. And you know, on the sketch here you can see that it has stars, but you can use any embellishments for that. That is just, for me, when I create sketches, when I put a star or a heart or something somewhere, that is just indicating that that is where I would put my embellishing, some sort of embellishing. So right now I am working on a cluster there on that bottom left-hand corner of that photo. And just like in the sketch, she had a star in the sketch, but I'm going to put leaves and this kind of like subtitle that says "This is us." And all of these embellishments are from this collection. If it is still available, I'll have it linked down below so you guys can check it out. It is a really pretty collection, and it definitely has like those nice, deep, rich colors that you always, at least that I always love in fall and winter collections. So I did put the little ice cream cone there, and now I am going to do some enamel dots to add to all three of my clusters here. I didn't overdo it because there's a lot happening on this page, and I really, really want the pictures to stand out. And also I love the long title and the starburst at the top. I just think it's super, super pretty, and I absolutely love the way that it came together. I also am going to add, like in the sketch, she has some journaling kind of off to the right hand side. So the ones that I'm going to use is live, create, tell the story, adventure awaits you, love with all of your heart, live in the moment, and be original. These are all kinds of things that I'm just saying to my daughter. This will go in her album, and if I want to do any extra kind of journaling talking about what we did at IKEA, I will put that on the back of the layout. Here is a video that I think you will like, and a playlist that I put together that I think you will enjoy watching. Check those out. Check out the description box. I will have my Pinterest linked below so you can get this sketch. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to spread love and be kind. I hope that you all have an amazing day. Bye.